We got Wemby and France in the Olympic final. Did you believe I'll ever say these words?
No.
We were talking about France as a very disappointing team throughout the group stage. We were talking about them having a renaissance, a very nice word to say here, in the quarterfinal, and now we got them in the final, defeating Germany. What did you say? 11 win streak by Germany was just 11 wins
since the start
in a row.
of World Cup last year.
Insane.
It's crazy, man. I don't know. It's somehow France, whatever good they play. I mean, of course, talking about the offense. It doesn't really matter because in the last 10 years, in the last 15 years, actually, I think Vincent Collet started this job in head coach position of France in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. They are always somehow, they get to the finals. And huge props to him, first and foremost. I think, I wrote on Twitter, like not even a week ago, that France offense is like the worst offense I've seen in 10 years. And it still is not a great offense, but that defense. And I mean, his adjustments, what he did in these 2 rounds has been just absolutely amazing. But their defense is what got them to this Olympic final. And
what made this game such a chaotic, I would say, poor quality game from the offensive standpoint for us viewers, I'm sure for you as well, was tough to watch this game. I mean, it's an ugly game. Starting from about second quarter, it became really ugly, especially for Germans. But the beginning of it, the Germans, how they started the game, 12-2, I believe. Yeah. I thought, oh, here we go again. We'll see the same blowout we saw in the group stage. The French players are not finding the advantages they had against Canada in the post, so they cannot create from there. And their half-court offense was getting stuck. The only points they were getting were from fast breaks mostly and some offensive rebounds. But then, to be honest, the same guys we were speaking about in the quarterfinal, the same 2 EuroLeague veterans or stars, whatever you want to call them, Gershon Yabusele, Matthias Lezort, changed the game and got them back in the game. And then for the next 3 quarters, Germany was just atrocious in offense.
Absolutely. It seemed like they got going it early, but France's length, France's defensive tactics, they were hedging Dennis, they were hedging France sometimes. So France asked the others, and for example, Daniel Theis, to create from the short roll situations. And, he missed a couple of shots. He passed it out. He made some turnovers. But France are so lengthy and so quick in the defense. They are there in the closeout situations. They are not allowing you easy 3-point shots. The other times, they just switched. Mm-hmm. And, this time it was the complete opposite of what we saw in their group match, because Dennis tried a couple of times just going in ISO against Wemby, got blocked, with Wemby not even jumping to block his shots. So,
that's never a good idea, to go in the paint with Wemby on your back.
It was a good idea in the group stage, but today I thought, Dennis, France, he, from the middle of the first quarter, he scored the next points only in the fourth. I thought, France didn't. I mean, we are repeating ourselves, but defensively, not allowing you to shoot easy threes, stunts, not allowing you to drive. And when you are there inside the paint, you have either Lezort, Yabusele, or you have Gobert for like 7 minutes or 5 minutes in this game. You have Wemby, that length, and then you have Batum as well there. Ntilikina, so many guys that can chip in defensively, and they did just that. I mean, Evan Fournier, 5 points. Wembanyama, 4 of 17 shooting. Rudy Gobert plays 5 minutes, and you still win the game. So it's not the offense that won you this match.
Just quickly before we continue, a quick shout out from our friends Hostinger. Hostinger provides not just hosting services, but also has a website builder that's powered by AI. Instead of spending hours learning to code or using unoriginal templates, you can just type in a text prompt and customize a website from scratch. The fun part is you get your domain for free with a hosting plan that's at least 1 year long. Find all the links in the description, and with our code BNews10 you get 10% off of all hosting plans. Purely defense. We can look at Dennis's stats. I mean, they don't look that bad on paper. He still got 18 points, only 1 turnover, but he was shooting a lot of crazy shots.
Not good decisions.
Making wrong decisions as well, but partially the tough shots were because they couldn't create anything on offense due to the length. If you cannot go into the paint and do your regular things, you have to take 3-pointers from 8-9 meters, and he was 3 for 11, 27% from 3. Franz Wagner as well, like you mentioned. There's just no way for him to go into that paint. There were a few moments where he actually even scored over Victor Wembanyama, but those were in the first half.
Quarter.
Maybe the first quarter. And I don't think I think you said something about Franz not scoring, Wagner not scoring since the first, or
it was in the middle of the first quarter. I think with 5 minutes remaining, he scored, and then in the fourth quarter there was another shot that he made, but he disappeared. He was a shadow of himself today. He didn't look as confident as he was, in the group stage, and that France defense stopped France. I could say that. I mean, Germany were living off of offensive rebounds in the third and fourth quarter and just scrappy points. You have some open shots, but you miss those. Then you're trying to get some offensive rebounds, but it's super hard. It's not like, their opponents, France, were playing better offense, but they were in the lead all the time, and they found guys who can actually score. I mean, Wemby was, offensively shooting a lot of threes. I loved his confidence, but, he missed so many threes, Victor, but in the end, in the same possession, he got 2 threes from almost the same spot. And on that second attempt, I did not see any hesitation. I mean, for the 20-year-old to do this, to have such a confidence in himself is spectacular. But I think we have to give credit also to Yabusele. Once again, amazing game.
He was beasting both on offense, on defense, especially on offense in the first half, then on defense in the second half. He fouled out. You could feel it when he fouled out, that energy was gone a little bit. But generally speaking, the end of the game was still close. Was a 2-point game, was a 3-point game. But Franz Wagner, after that rebound that he got defensively, where they could have gone for 12 seconds left. You can go now for a 2. You don't need to go for a 3. He falls out of bounds. He was off balance. That was the moment that we probably all thought that this is it. France is going to the final, right?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it was pretty obvious. And another guy I wanted to mention is for sure Isaiah Cordinier. Again, another solid game from him. And to me, it just shows that, those changes that Vincent Collet made, I'm not sure if it was because of the injury of Gobert, because they play super bad, which was also true. But to have actually the balls to do a complete makeover in the middle of the tournament, to have this radical change, it's
interesting because both Gobert and Fournier became less of a important players for France, and France's results became what we saw now, two games in a row.
Yeah, 3 EuroLeague guys got the main character roles. Lazor, who was again beast in the post. Even Germany couldn't do that. We said that Canada didn't have big guys. But Lazor and Yabusele, 8 Daniel Theiss, 8 Johannes Voigtman, just beasting with their pure power and muscle.
I mean, it is still weird because you could say, but Germany didn't face anyone like France, but you can't say that because they literally just did, and they had a blowout win. What do you think was the main difference between those 2 games that we saw today and probably, a week ago or so?
A week ago. I mean, France just looked like a completely different team. Definitely, I think a home crowd played a huge factor. And I mean, we are seeing it in other sports as well. You know, it's tough to overcome the home crowd, but I don't know. France's intensity, France's focus was way higher than in the first game. They did not allow like Germany to feel that great to start the game, although they had this 12-2 lead. But I thought they bounced back pretty quickly. They showed their muscle, and from then on, it was just a really competitive match.
Right, and now we'll have France competing in the final. We don't know who against so far, because the Serbia-USA game is just about to start in an hour.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're probably guessing it's going to be Team USA, and
Who knows? Well, who knows now?
We definitely don't know, but let's say if it's Team USA, I'm not that convinced that France is an easy opponent for Team USA, or for Serbia, you know, for either of the teams. So, I mean, France with their game that they showed, that we talked about, maybe criticized, I think they have a legit chance to make some noise in the final, regardless of who they are going to play. And for Germany, I mean, now the redemption is for the bronze medal, if they can get it.